For shits and giggles, there's something I have to know. First and foremost, the catching rating for Ash Ketchum, which is a very not nice 69. The trolling is immense. It's like 7D. In terms of the kicker, 84 rated, 85 power, 84 accuracy. There's a good chance we would have made it. There is a good chance we would have made it. However, the strategy was, if we get that first down, you know, maybe we make the kick, maybe we don't, but if we get that first down, we would have been able to wind down the clock more. Maybe we even get the touchdown, take the lead instead of settling for the field goal. You can argue either way. But, yeah, maybe we should have trusted the kicker. But if we get the first down there, then we're not too worried about it. So, or any sort of defensive stop, or a fucking pick six. We lose to Army again. Fall to 3-1 on the season, and it sets up our next game against Air Force. I am so disappointed, though. So disappointed in that loss, man. I don't know why we can't beat them. Don't know why. Just always find a way to lose. For the most part, close games to them, too. So, well, let's see if we get any good news on the recruitment front. We got a couple of guys who are ready to visit, which is nice. Those will be some of the 5 stars as we will try to ruin Air Force's perfect record. Let's see where we stand here. 1,000-point lead for Hill. 1,000-point lead for Davis. 1,000, nearly 2,000-point lead for Holland. Tim Shaw, 1,700-point lead. Johnson, 2,000-point lead. 2,500-point lead for Britt. And I think, unfortunately, Rod Johnson, we're out. It's an amazing name, but it wasn't meant to be. We do have a big lead for Doug Taylor as well. So for the 5 stars that we do have, we look fucking great right now. We do. We look fantastic. And we're going to get these visits scheduled, easy for me to say, right here, right now against Air Force to try and lock down these players. As it looks like we're still going to be able to put up a fight for most of these guys. Remaining 4 stars in positions that we needed. So that did open up a few more point options. 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 9 players. That is 122 points a person? That math doesn't make sense. Oh, it's 122 extra points per player. So that's looking at about 275 then per person. Now that we got those extra points freed up. So again, if a 5-star drops off the board, it just helps us in our chase to get some of the 4 stars that are now in our crosshairs here locked down. That leaves us with 1 bit of extra, and again, it'll be Joseph Parker that gets that extra. So we're still looking okay in the recruitment game. But up next, it is Air Force. We are the superior team on paper. We are being chosen as well to win this game. We should still be undefeated, but we just couldn't get it done against Army. Hopefully, though, against Navy, or against Air Force, I should say, Navy can change the current narrative surrounding our team, which is that we are horrible, god-awful, choking, horrible chokers. Not my words.
Glad to have you with us in the studio. I'm Reese.
Drink your Gatorade, everybody, because we need to win. Please, please, please. We need a win.
That excites.
Spread at 17.5 points.
And is brought to you by Coke Zero. Real Coca-Cola taste and 0
Referee's got his face paint on.
Everything.
Oh, the old referee face glitch still in. We will take that opening kickoff. All right, boys, we need you. Bounce back. You know, you lose to Army again, that's fine, but ruining Air Force's so far undefeated season would be a tremendous way to recover some momentum for the rest of the season. 10 unanswered points for Air Force after we were up 21-0. Make it 27-10. 27-13. 34-13. 37-13. And indeed, Navy... Oh, thank God they blew it. Navy finally gets the big win they were looking for. No touching, no help needed. 37-21. Sammy, how the hell are you? Thank you for the 55 months. How soon should I order my Baker Mayfield jersey? Wait until the contract is signed. In the off season. At least it should be. Sammy, thank you very much for the 55. How are you, my friend? Whew. Okay. Well, that is a very good bounce back to hand Air Force their first loss. Our quarterback completed just 10 passes, yet had a 142.2 rating. Okay. Jesus Christ. The running game absolutely feasted as we hand Air Force their first loss. Goodness gracious. Herms, good to see you as well. I hope you are well. Whew. Okay, well, I wasn't expecting a no-touching victory. I really should change from the frickin' Navy playbook. I should, but it's okay. Got a fun one for you. Not a jersey, but a tidbit. Ooh, a tidbit. I'm intrigued. I am intrigued. All right, 4-1 on the season. We had some visits that week, too, so the fact that we got the win in convincing fashion should help quite a bit. Should indeed. Whew, I didn't even see who was next in week 7. I don't think it's our week off. I think that's week 8. I might be wrong. Feeling good, though. 4-1. It is Georgia Southern. Happened to be poking through our stat reports to confirm a statistical line for a broadcaster and looked at the refs and knew again one of them was Chris Rumble. Yeah, Endo discovered that Chris was doing some officiating. I'm guessing that's who you were talking about. And indeed. And yeah, he's been doing that for a bit now, which I'm happy for the guy. I haven't talked to him in a little bit, honestly. Last time I talked to him, he had just had, I think, a second kid and was trying to figure out what to do hockey-wise, but I'm glad he found a spot. Can someone commit right after a visit? Yes. There is also a way, once you are a superpower, to get this ability here, known as the Saban factor, in which you get a 5 and then a multiplying % chance of someone instantly committing when you offer them a scholarship. That is for when we are an undeniable powerhouse, of which we are currently not. With that, back to scholarships. Xavier Hill, 1,800-point lead. So far, the 5-star focus strategy seems to have been a good idea. Alabama's now in for Dustin Davis. That's concerning. Big lead for Chris Holland. Big lead for Tim Shaw. Huge lead for A.J. Johnson. Huge lead for Kerry Britt. And a huge lead for Doug Taylor. For the 4-stars, we're in there for Mark Mills. Theo Cox is looking okay. We lead for Alston. We have a slim lead for Parker. I mean, we're in there with the powerhouses of the world. Courtney White, we're still in it. Jerome Wesley, Charles Anderson, Stanley Davis. Okay. Well, for everyone else that's left, we're in the conversation. We don't have too much to do right now aside from scheduling a few other visits. Our next home game is Florida Atlantic in week 9. So, right now, we're looking okay. Georgia Southern, they are 1-3 on the season. We are a superior team. We are being chosen to win. And hopefully we can do just that as we continue to kind of quickly grind through the regular season here. Mostly successful. What does Georgia Southern have for unis? Black alternate. I don't know. How do you guys feel about the diagonal askew stripe on the pants? I don't know how I feel about that. It's just kind of weird. Black alts are sick. They are pretty good. They are pretty good. We'll wear the black alts for you, Taps. For the sake of your erection. Which, I mean, hey, that the chat, you know, there it is. I don't know why it's only showing half the chat, but okay. Cool. Very Eshel Pants, number 15. You're right. You're right. Donnie, good to see you as well. My favorite lurker. I hope you've been good. Saban, Belichick, Carroll going to different roles is weird. Who do you think will go to the page? I mean, it's Gerard Mayo that's basically been confirmed. Belichick, by the time people on YouTube see this in like 5 months, there's a chance that Bill Belichick will be the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons, which we'll see. So, off work, doing great. Glad to hear it, my man. Glad to hear it. All right, here we go. Here we go. We need another big win. Center Park. There's got to be a story behind why it's spelled that way. Center Park Stadium, home of the Georgia Southern Badgers. I know that there's a cat on the field, you know, because they're the Panthers. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Please let this be another no-touching victory. So we are up 3-0 early on. Make that 6. Turns out our kicker can make field goals. 9-0. 16-0. 19. 26. 33-7. 33-14. There we go. It will be a no touching. No touching for our beautiful boys at Navy. 40-14. There's always money in the banana stand, and there's another win for Navy. 40-14, our biggest win of the season. You'll love to see that. We slowed down a bit in the second half, that's for sure. Kevin Von Erich kicking barefooted field goals like nobody's business. Wow. Best game for John Paul Jones in his college career. 400 yards on the dot, 4 touchdowns, no sacks, no picks. What a performance from him. The running game was, I mean, solid. You know, doing what they need them to do. Get those chunks of yardage, set up play action. And a gigantic game for Dobie Fuggin with that missile. 3 touchdowns on 8 receptions, almost 200 yards. As you had Poop Deck Pool, the senior, with the other touchdown. Tremendous. Tremendous, tremendous performance. Do I still have the no-touching clip? I might. I just don't know if I can avoid blowing out people's eardrums by adding it. Maybe if studio mode might help me. I don't know if I still have the no touching clip. Hold on. I do still have it. Let me see if I can add it back. I don't know why I ever fucking took it away, to be honest. Hop into studio mode. See if I can do this without blowing out my fucking eardrums. Let's see. But yeah, for those who never got the meme, you will quickly rediscover the purpose of said meme. Let's see. No touching source 3. Oh boy. Oh boy. Alright, hold on. Hold on. Advanced audio properties. Don't show active sources. No touching. Wait, do I still have no touching on here to begin with? Have I just not been playing it? Hold on. Controversy. Controversy, I say. I don't even know what's happening. Let's sim the week, see if we get any new recruits before we play our good friends in San Antonio. It showed no touching as being there as an inactive source. I don't know what the hell is going on with OBS. Sorry, I am just very, very distracted at the moment. It shows that it still exists, yet I don't see it. I'm so confused. How does it exist but not exist? Oh, baby. Our first 5-star recruit of the year, and he might not be the final one, everybody. He might not be. Xavier Hill has commit to the team, and indeed, our strategy of targeting 5-star recruits has already paid off, in my humble opinion. As I need to do this and do that.
No
and
touching!
do this,
No
and then,
touching!
ha-ha!
No touching!
There it is. And it was probably loud, but not as loud as it needed to be. No touching is back. All right, let's take a look at the boys here really quickly. Let's take a look. Davis, we are still battling with Bama. Wasn't loud, just full screen. Yeah, I need to fix the full screen in a minute. Big lead for Holland, for Shaw, for Johnson. We are still in the running for so many of these 5 stars. Some of the 4 stars we have taken the lead for. And again, 6-foot Xavier Hill out of Orange Grove, Mississippi. I mean, the guy looks insane. He could be in the secondary, running back or wide receiver. And with that, we still have the full points already assigned because we are now further ahead than we were previously. The Hills points come off the board. Did we have any recruits for visits? We did. So let's get as many of them scheduled for this game against Florida Atlantic as possible. Otherwise, we're going to have to go USF with the Bulls. So we are still very much in the running. San Antonio is next. We are the superior team. We are being chosen to win this game. We are 5-1 on the season. Our only loss has been at the hands of Army. I hate to see it. Let's get San Antonio in the full colors. There you go. There you go. There you go. You'll love to see it. Oh man, I can't do the transform without let's see. Edit transform. Oh god, that's gonna be a pain in the ass.
Hi everybody.
It'll be a pain in the ass.
Bringing you the EHT
Figure it out next time.
NCAA Football 14 pregame show presented by
All right.
Innovation that
All right. All right.
There is no way to ever forget the Alamo Dome. San Antonio,
The Alamo Dome.
you're taking a peek at 2 teams.
We made this team an absolute powerhouse. You can watch that series on the second channel, TWOGIE 24.
So are we.
Um,
Kickoff is coming.
Just like you're watching this one if you're on YouTube after all this time.
Let's send it out to Brad and
The
Kirk.
beautiful dome. It's Dome, Sweet Dome. And we will take that opening kickoff. Can we have another impressive performance? That is the question. 14-3, 14-6, 14-9. Come on. Our offense has stalled out a bit. 19-9, 26-9, 26-16, 29-16. Come on now. Come on now. Put a cap on it. 36-16, 40, 30-16. You know what that means, everybody.
No touching! No touching!
No touching. It's another victory for Navy. 50-23. Our biggest win of the season. 21 points in the fourth to cap it off as we move to 6-1. The hell? We need to talk. John Paul Jones is not hurt because the icon behind him hasn't changed. But Red Rocket stepped into the lineup and despite being sacked 3 times, still put up 2 touchdowns and 350 yards. Running game as well was solid, but nobody was insane. Is Jones hurt? Didn't show him as injured, but that could be a series-changing moment. Ovi, it's getting there. It's still going to be a bit. It won't be done in January. Some new information came out on the analytical side of things, so I've had to go back and just update a few things. Doesn't take as long as first edits do, but yeah, it's taking a little bit. Shrimp! Old Shrimp Lad, thank you very much for the raid. Welcome in. How goes it? How was the stream? What were you up to tonight? Let's see. Trackmania. I have still never played that. I have watched people play it. I feel like I would suck at it. But I hope you had fun. Thank you again for the raid. I appreciate it. Our backup had 350 yards. True. True. Yes. As we continue our rebuild of a bottom feeder into a contender. 3 5-star recruits have already signed. 2 more here with Carey Britt and AJ Johnson. This has been an unbelievable recruitment class already, and we've only signed 3 players. Right now, as it stands, they have us with the 19th best class, and again, we only have 3 dudes signed. Tremendous. Pep, I actually haven't seen it yet. So what I had to do, I got to Toronto, and then I've gone back through all the goalies, almost all the defensemen up to Toronto alphabetically, and then I still have to do all the forwards, and then we'll continue the process with the Leafs. So, yeah, I got some work to do. Let's see, we got some people scheduled for visits. We got 2 other guys, but they might not be here. Dustin Davis, Alabama is closing that gap, and quickly. Holland, we're looking good. Same for Shaw. Same for Taylor. Then we get down to the 4 stars. Davis is going to be a close one. For the 4 stars, Mark Mills, we're battling with Auburn. Theo Cox, we're 1,000 points out. We could schedule a visit. I'm not even going to bother. I just don't see how with a visit we're going to make up that much ground. I'd rather put the points elsewhere. Alston, we're leading. Parker, we're leading. Leading on Courtney White, Wesley, Anderson, Stanley Davis, Aaron Johnson, and then, of course, our 3 commits, AJ Johnson, Carey Britt, and Xavier Hill. So we're feeling damn good about that. So with that, we do have some more points to assign to the remaining 4 stars. We're not going to add anybody new to the board yet. We are going to stay focused on the task at hand. Highest rated dudes, Parker and Stanley Davis, will each get 500 points. And then who's next? Mills at a 69, Wesley. Let's go for Jerome Wesley, I think. Or, you know what, we can just go to 400 points each. I mean, we're getting close. Honestly, let's go with Wesley to get the 500. Johnson. Next highest rated dude. Thinking more about position of need. Let's go for the defensive tackle, Anderson. And then we'll go for Mark Mills at quarterback. So we're still looking great in terms of potential recruits. In terms of our job security, by the way, because we haven't looked for a bit, 100%. White Fat Rock looking great right now for Navy. Kind of a mid-season update, too, on the top-rated teams. Ohio State started the season at number 1. They are still at number 1. The NC State Wolfpack are up there, though. Texas Tech, Utah, and UCF as the undefeated teams, all at 6-0. Unreal. Unreal. In terms of the conference standings... Whoops. That's a bit weird. In terms of the conference standings... We are currently second at 2-1. So you never know. Be a good season for us in that regard. Army's at the fucking bottom, yet we lost to them. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. But the biggest question right now is the injury report. John Paul Jones is out for the season with a strained back from carrying this team. Oh no is also out for 3 weeks with a torn hamstring, and hear me out, is probable with an ACL strain. So our starting quarterback is done for the rest of the season. That will require us at quarterback, I mean, unless we wanted with that missile, but we don't, to take the red shirt off of Megatron 3000, who's not the most important option in the world. Or do we run with that missile? What was the throw power? 82 and 81. Actually better than Rocket in terms of power. That's nuts. You know what? No, we'll leave that guy with the red shirt then. Red Rocket. The guy now moving forward. We're actually going to auto reorder just in case there's been some overall changes. So. Okay. Up next, Florida Atlantic. We are better, but we are not being chosen to win this game. And you know what? Given that we have our backup quarterback in, I can't necessarily disagree with that take. It is a big game for us, though, as we have quite a few visiting players that we are trying to recruit. So we do need another win here if we can get it. Please. But yeah, Red Rocket. I did not think he would ever end up being our starter, but injury has forced our hand. A beautiful, partly cloudy day. There we go. Old midshipman. That opening kick. We'll take that opening possession. I'm not doing the Belichick defer. 6-1, trying to make it 7. We haven't had to jump in since the game against Army, where we could not get the comeback. It's 7-7, 10-7 for FAU. 14-10 for Navy. 14-13. At the half, we're into the second now. 21-14, 28-14. With 8:52 to go, it is 35-14 for FAU. We are going to need a miracle here. An absolute miracle. What a block on the outside. And with that missile, gets us to nearly the 50. I am tempted to put him at quarterback. Big shout out to Matty Ice, by the way, for the 4 months on the primer. Welcome back. So our quarterback, I'm going to give him this play because we're probably going to run it. I need to see how the backup is done this game. With that missile, we did move from quarterback to wideout, yeah. And I got to be honest, I think he's going back. I think he's our guy. So with that missile, we'll be in at quarterback. We'll move Harrison up. You sunk me. And Kenway, just to make sure that there's nothing weird. He's played wide receiver all season. He'll get the next snap after this one. As Ahoy Matey gets 4. We have to be very efficient. We do know we have a quarterback that can absolutely take off if necessary. They are 100% threatening the blitz here. I cannot audible. And I think it's because we had the alert pop up for Steam that old Terrio had switched over. Now I can play. Well, I can't opt out to a play action, so let's just try to fucking run.
The cavalry's coming.
Oh, boy.
At about the 47.
Well, that was a bit awkward. Thanks a lot, Steam, for that one. Oh, and Dobie fucking's hurt. That is our second quarterback injured.
Here's 3rd and 3.
Back in the game
47. Well,
is Red Rocket.
Signals now. Let's see if he can do any better than the starter. Thought it, but they're going to lose.
And the bubble screen did not work. We're going to go for it. We have to. The bubble screen didn't work. It looked good. It looked like we had the right numbers, but we just didn't get the block.
He's going to try and scramble.
We got to get rid of it.
This one away. Defense.
Nowhere to go.
And gives it back to their offense.
A disaster for us, as we no longer have as fast of a quarterback.
Teams are well aware that a score on
And nobody was open. I shouldn't have gone for the deep ball. I should have set it up for a quick pass option, but
make a stop.
I honestly thought we might have the the speed at wide out to make the play. We didn't. We need to force a turnover here and now, or we're screwed, and they somehow get a first down. It's been a nightmare game. The injuries are starting to add up.
Ball on the 40-yard line.
General Booty is in.
Fires quick to an open man.
Big drop. Me on the coverage too. That was not good enough. Again, we need a turnover. So badly. Didn't get the pick 6 when I wanted it earlier. It'd be great to get it now.
And he's tackled.
Big hit there. We'll take that.
Good discipline here by the defense, stringing
Didn't even see who got him.
plugging the running lanes. Have moved them back.
Okay. One more stop.
14 to go. Ball on the 43.
Obviously, they've wasted a little bit of time, but it's not the
5 wide receivers in the
end of the world. I left that guy a little bit open, but it worked. I hit B to switch. It didn't switch me. They shouldn't be in field goal range. Yeah, they are going to go for it, though. This is pretty much the game right here.
It looks like they're going to blitz. And here's a quick throw.
And he missed it.
Big stop by the defense.
Woo! Nico is doing good, but we sat him out for the year to try to get him an extra year of eligibility.
The defense
So you will not see him in the lineup here.
on the last drive.
With that missile with back spasms. So he'll be back, but he's not back yet. We're not going to be able to beat them deep at all. Picked. It should have been. I thought he was blitzing and then he held up. That should have been picked. We're not going to be able to play with that missile for the rest of the game, though. So I thought they'd have the deep throw covered. They had the short throw covered. I thought they'd have the short throw covered. They had the deep throw covered. Like, just can't find space.
He sails it long. This one is batted away.
What a fucking effort by that safety.
That's not an easy play to make.
And the comeback effort is not looking good. 6-2 on the horizon. The screen's not going to work here. Hello? Why can't I do anything? I can't audible out. With that missiles in, but I can't audible out. We have to run it.
Gets it off as he's hit.
Bumbling. Doesn't get far. Only 3. West Coast, my man. Thank you very much for the raid. You caught me at a very depressing time. How'd the stream go, though? I hope it went well. More MLB holding down that community. Somebody has to. Whew. All right. Well, this is the game. A good catch by one. Oorah. We're still alive. Crash, take it easy. The one, Mr. West Coast. Thank you again very much for the raid. It is appreciated. They are threatening to blitz. I cannot audible. Fuck. I can't audible. No. It's got to be because he's technically a wide receiver. Yeah. Spin. Oh, Dobie.
Keeps it up.
So because he can play quarterback, but because he's technically a wide receiver, I guess I can't audible with him at the line because he's being played out of position. We're just going to have to auto reorder and put him back at wide out. Rocket's got to be the guy at QB here. We got no choice. Again, he does not have a cannon of an arm. He does not have the mobility of the other options, but we just got to go for it. William Henry Harrison. Gigantic play from Mr. President. Alex as well. Good to see you. A fun football weekend there. On the draw. Where to go? Only got a yard. Just thinking they drop back into coverage no matter what, but they didn't. Yeah, I can audible now. Yeah, that play didn't work before. We're not doing that. Go for the quick throw.
Now he's scrambling.
He's wide open. I gotta be honest, I missed him early. I had to roll out. I was looking for a shorter option instead of a deep option. We missed him though. Got a check down.
Zips it to the back. He tackles him for a loss.
This is a disaster. We got to go for the touchdown here.
They really just didn't have any room.
They're sending pressure, and our O-line can't hold up to it.
Well, folks, fourth down again, and
This is the game. This is it.
That's a great.
And we're down immediately.
And they'll fail on fourth down.
Florida Atlantic will hand us just our second loss of the season.
That's going to do it for this one.
35-14, the final score.
14.
As we put up just 14 points at home with our backup QB at the helm.
Saying thanks, and we'll see you soon.
That's rough. It's real rough. Right there at the end. I mean, you could just see it. Our O-line was crumbling. There wasn't much we could do. I don't want to look at the game stats. It doesn't matter. What's there to celebrate? We are down to our backup quarterback. You could argue our third string quarterback might even be a better option, but he was redshirt for the year. So, yeah. Obviously, we didn't have national title hopes or anything like that. We were just hoping to get, at least 8 wins again for the second year in a row, if not more than that. It is still possible. Obviously, now it's just a little bit more pressure on us, though, to win the games that we have left.